Whether I'm filming a ride or not filming a ride, I tend to bring a lot of stuff with me in my hydration pack on every ride that I do. And I wanted to show you guys what I bring and what I consider essential, because I just like to be prepared for stuff. Every ride, something could go wrong, and to not have your pump the one time or not have a rear derailleur hanger that one time can completely ruin your day. So I like being prepared, even at the cost of wearing a 15-pound pack. This is my Osprey Raptor 14 hydration pack. I put a lot of miles on this thing since I got it maybe 8 or 9 months ago. And it's been a solid performing pack. I have no complaints about this thing. The best feature of this pack for me is this chest strap that can pull down nice and tight and help secure my GoPro chesty. Because if you look at my earlier footage before I got this bag, even with the gimbal, the chest strap was bouncing around way too much, and you can kind of see on the footage that it's not that great. Ever since I got this thing, it's been cinched down, locked down tight. While we're on the subject of filming and such, every time I go for a ride and I'm filming, I keep a bunch of batteries in this right-hand hip pocket. Usually about 5 GoPro batteries and 2 extra gimbal batteries will last me a pretty good amount of time. And once a battery gets used, I deposit it in my left side pocket here, and I also have a little lens wiper and a GoPro the tool to make sure this thing is tightened down. I also have this little mini Gorilla Pod, which I put my iPhone in here, and you can set it up on the side of a trail and get some external shots. I'm recording this with my iPhone right now, so can't really show it to you. Let's start digging through the old hydration pack. I carry at least 2 Lara bars with me. It has to be peanut butter chocolate chip flavor. About 1 for every hour of riding. I've really enjoyed carrying the Topeak tire gauge. It's just so nice to have a real number on the screen instead of doing the hand test and being like, I think it's okay. You know, you can do 100 pumps in your pump and then think it's fine and it's only 12 PSI. And on that same note, this is my Active Trail Gear pump. Solid piece of equipment. And it really still looks like it's brand new, but I've used it quite a lot. And it's nice because this thing kind of gives you some leeway. So you put this on the valve and you can pump pretty hard without it kind of banging the valve around. Oh yes, I carry a shock pump with me. No shame in that game. I've been on the trail and somebody said, oh, anybody got a shock pump? Yes, I do. But usually if you need a shock pump on the trail, there's probably something wrong with your suspension, but still good to have. This is the Inreach Explorer by Delorme/Garmin. It is a device where you can call for help anywhere on Earth, from pole to pole. So I pay $25 a month to be able to send a few messages a month from anywhere in the world and to be able to hit the SOS button and have somebody come save me. At least 1 extra tube is carried at all times. If it's a big ride, 2 tubes. I've got my Surface sunglasses with interchangeable lenses. These are so old I don't think I could find a link to this exact model anymore, but they're good. They're solid. They're just not as cool as the 100% sunglasses that slip down my nose and give me all kinds of problems. This is my Garmin Edge 500. It has been beat to hell. It still works. Kind of got a rattle going on. I'm too cheap to buy a new one, and it does everything I need to do. Some sport sunscreen. I keep this with me all the time, and I use it all the time. And lip balm. I hate having sunburned lips. Red lips. It's the worst, so the old chapstick saved me from that. The Raptor has this cool tool wrap thing that kind of keeps your tools all wrapped up, and you can pop it off and take it with you if you want to take it with you somewhere else. Always carry 2 rear derailleur hangers for my Santa Cruz Bronson with me. Those will not help if I break a derailleur hanger on my Ois. A couple of Pedro's tire levers. These things are so strong, very resilient. The best there is. So this is something I just picked up from Genuine Innovations. They're the people that make slime and also most of the air chuck inflators. It's kind of a green logo. You'd know it if you saw it. They have this tubeless tackle repair kit, which includes this kind of a puncture thing and these, what they call bacon strips. So I'm sure you've seen this before. You take one of these things, you thread it through this needle thing, and you push it into your puncture and then pull it out, and it plugs it up, basically. I haven't used it yet. I don't want to use it, but if the time comes, I will use it. There's also a couple extra valve cores inside this thing, which is pretty cool. And the bottom has a valve core remover tool. And there's probably some extra room in there for some other stuff if I wanted to throw some stuff in there. This is my half-assed first aid kit, and that I never even think of when I get hurt on the trail. It's got some wet ones and Band-Aids in it. I don't know. When I get cut on the trail, I just let it bleed. Let the body do its thing. I'm sure there's research against that. I'm sure you're supposed to clean it up and everything, but I don't know. A little bit of dirt's good for you. This is a little tin that came with the Active Trail pump, and normally it contains a couple of patches, like a little patch kit. But I found it awesome to be able to put in a extra brake pad and extra quick links for my chain. So instead of having those things rattle around, they're nicely contained in this little tin, and it's perfect. It perfectly fits in there, and it's awesome. And last but not least, my Topiac multi-tool Mini 20. All kinds of good stuff on here. I can take out my pedals, I can mess with my handlebars, get into all kinds of different bits and pieces with this thing. I really like it. I think that's it. That's everything I carry. I thought I carried a lot more stuff. I do have a few bonus things that I want to talk about that I would bring on a longer ride. So if I was going for a really, really long ride or an overnight ride, I would definitely bring one of these things to keep my GoPro batteries charged up and my gimbal batteries charged up and my phone charged up and everything charged up. It's got 2 USB ports in the top, and it charges stuff up pretty good, pretty fast, and it doesn't get sucked dry very quickly either. Speaking of getting sucked dry, I've got 2 different things that I would use on a ride if I ran out of water. If I knew the ride was going to take a long time and that 3 liters of water was not going to be enough. So the first one is the Be Free by Katadyn. And this is a pretty easy thing. You pop off the top, you scoop water in, you put it back on, and then this little filter filters the water out as you drink it. It holds a half a liter, so it's kind of more for a quick hit thing. I could see bringing this instead of a hydration pack if you knew there was going to be a water source on your ride. And even if it was kind of a funky water source, the filter should be able to do a decent job at getting the gunk out. But if you want to do like a full refill on your Camelback and needed 2 or 3 liters of water, I recommend Aquamira. So it's a chemical drop treatment that you put part A and you put part B into this little cap here, you mix it up, you dump it into your Camelback, you wait 15 minutes, and your water is good to go. I would not suggest using this on water that was super dirty to begin with, because all it's going to do is it'll kill stuff inside of it, but it's not going to filter out anything. Anything that's floating in there is going to be floating down your throat. So this should be used in like flowing water, just sparkling sources, water sources that are already pretty much golden to begin with. That didn't really feel like that much stuff. I always feel like that pack is 15 friggin' pounds when I'm climbing up stuff, but I guess the water weight is really what kills me. I usually bring 3 liters of water when 2 could probably do, and 1.5 could probably do. So it's always a matter of figuring out how much water do you really need. So let me know if there's anything that I should add to my behemoth bag. I'm sure you'll come up with something. Otherwise, thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.